And we are in the BESL studio today, and yeah, it's Friday, fun day, X day. A lot of things have happened. We've seen all the games, almost all the games. We have to see Serial Gaming versus NACL. Unfortunately, we will not see Team Cornfield Gaming versus Iron Wolves today, as Iron Wolves cannot make it, so they forfeit. But there is a new rule that will make all the teams play the forfeit games off stream, so that we would know. Yeah, so basically all the best BSL teams or Baltic teams would be able to make it to the LAN.
And by the way, I'm Derek Danger, and together with me is Cookie. And well, this is week 8 of 9 weeks, after which the 4 top teams will go to the Hypertown League Expo to play out the finals. Well, semi-finals and finals. Still, This is week 8, the end of week 8, and can we see the standings? What's happening right now? Because, well, after this week, it's going to be we'll be pretty confident of which teams could go to LAN. Actually, we can do it now. But still, for now, the top team in the league is Žalgiris with a score of 11-5, followed by Falcon eSports with 10-6, which are tied with Ironwolves 10-6 as well, and Imantas 5-10-6, and Team Coinflip Gaming 10-6. So take it over there. Cookie.
Yeah, and Keep Yourself Alive now are 9-7 in 6th place, not sharing the spot with anyone, as Team Solomata are 8-8 at the 7th spot, being Unifor 6-10, NACL 4-10 at 9th, and Surreal Gaming with no wins. Well, at least today we we'll see some wins, but for now no wins. 0-14 are in the 10th place.
Yeah, so the games we are going to see today are going to be pretty hype, not because those are the top teams playing out, but we'll see the bottom teams playing it out, and that is pretty hype, I tell you, because we need to see the level of these teams and if they can compete with the teams which will be contesting for the spot in the BSL.
Yeah,
in the future.
Yeah, but what is that NACL are 4-10, but 2 of those wins are forfeits from Iron Wolves or Keep Yourself Alive. I think Iron Wolves, but it doesn't matter too much.
Should we talk about like what rank should be like Falcon or something?
No. We'll talk about that later. As yeah, NACL actually have 2 wins only, like earned only 2 wins. We don't know how they would have went against Iron Wolves, but most likely they would have lost, and that means that they have won, I think, 1 game against Team Solomata, and they have won 1 game against Imantas 5, and those aren't the bottom tier teams. Those are Imantas 5 are one of the running teams for playoffs, as well as Team Solomata have tried to be there. I don't know if they can still make it if they win next week, but if they do, then they are also a really strong team. So a really good NACL do look pretty strong. Surreal Gaming have always had that, where they have a really good start in the game, but then in the mid game they kind of don't know how to finish off the game or something, and they just will get a bad team fight. Somebody gets cut out from their team, and from that they just lose the game.
Well, but with Surreal Gaming in particular, then the previous and this week we have a lot of roster changes. Well, substitutes.
Yeah.
Because last week their captain Big Mac was not playing. Instead, there was Game Skill. He played pretty decently.
Yeah, his first game wasn't that good, but that was because he was pressured a lot. He was invaded all the time, and there wasn't really anything he could do about the situation, as his teammates also were pushed into the church. So it was either he gives up his jungle or dies to them, and still gives up his jungle. So he wasn't able to do anything that game. But the second game, I think he hadn't died for most of the game. He had a really good Elise game, landed almost all of the cocoons, or if he didn't, the ones I think that he didn't land was like zoning cocoons that you know that you won't hit, but it's just so that they wouldn't go in that direction.
But this time we get Big Mac back in the jungle, and well, let's go through the rosters. So for Surreal Gaming, we get Macro in the top lane, which was in the mid lane previously. The Big Mac in the jungle, 17 in the mid lane. We were expecting him to fill the shoes of Macro last week.
Yeah.
But well, now we'll finally see how he plays, and the consistent part of Surreal Gaming is Kaiser and Atnex on bot lane.
Well, Atnex was subbed in for Ganju one time, so it's not. I think Kaiser has been the only one that hasn't been subbed in in Surreal Gaming. So I guess he's the star player of the team, and that everybody builds the team around him. And
can you call anyone star if you haven't won any games?
Well, for the team, yeah, I think you can. Like, he's the team star. It doesn't mean like he's the star in BSL, but he's like maybe the best player in the team.
Best or least worst?
Okay, let's get away from this toxic subject. As NACL, we have Hahohi in the top lane, Jest Arrow in jungle, Quatrus mid lane, Cement and Truefire on bot lane together against Kaiser and Atnex.
And for NACL, they're a team that, well, they had 2 wins from the forfeit from Ironwolves, and they got 2 wins by themselves, and one of them was versus Team Solomata, if I'm not mistaken. They went 1-1. And then, well, they've been playing pretty okay-ish, but the problem with them was that they were pretty much outclassed individually in laning phases in previous games, but they have a pretty interesting playstyle where it seems like they're playing similarly to keep yourself alive, only with well, a little bit weaker players. Like they like to go for the aggressive plays, they like to go for the small skirmishes and not for the big team fights.
Yeah, but I think that they still are really good as they have won against Siemens 5, and that if you can a ninth place team, if you can win against Siemens 5, that all have mechanically, like I would say Siemens 5 have mechanically good players, but their macro game is kind of lacking. So if you can win against Siemens 5, that means because you stood against them in lane, and then were easily against them, maybe not getting too far behind, and then you were able to just out macro them. So, and we've seen that Serial Gaming has this lack in macro. So if NACL can just play around that, maybe not falling behind too much in lane and just then out macroing Serial Gaming, they should be able to win these games. I think it's a lot easier I think it's safer to bet on NACL to win these games, but still we can't. Serial Gaming have a new mid laner we haven't seen, 17, or as otherwise known as NSU. We haven't seen him play yet. Has been pretty hyped up by other players, so I want to see what they'll be able to do.
And well, it seems like that NSU will be playing from the MC Rose account in this time because in this game because well, all the original players are from their accounts. Well, pretty much all the accounts are there. So we don't know, but we were told that NSU is going to play. So let's wait for NSU. He's been pretty like a well, I wouldn't say a controversial figure because in that case people would have to be like talking a lot about him. But once in a while in Latvian scene, he's been like popping up in like debates and something, and no one has actually seen him play.
Well, we have seen him, I think, in some LANs.
We've seen at one LAN how he plays, and that wasn't a good representation of what could happen. Yeah. Because one LAN's one LAN. Now let's see how he plays from the home setting, which should be advantage for him.
Yeah, it's usually you're more comfortable playing from home, and yeah, and we are in the champ select, and the first bans already have came out. There's Camille and Oriana are banned out. Serial Gaming don't want to see, NACL don't want to see Oriana from Macro coming out, or NSU. I think NSU plays a lot of Syndra, Oriana, so those type of champions, so yeah, want to see what he'll be able to do. That is going to switch up how Serial Gaming play a lot, is Macro usually play those roaming support, mid laners as Karma, or Talia, Galio, usually he played those ones, and then started playing a bit of Cassiopeia. But usually he went with Talia or Galio, as also sometimes, but I think with this one he won't play, NSU won't play, or 17 won't play too much of those roamings mid laners.
And well, from the bans, at least from Serial Gaming side, we can see that they have heavily focused the support pool, as 2 supports are banned. So maybe they can just go for the Kaiser first pick, and finally Kaiser will get his champion. And well, no, it's going to be a Trundle first pick for Big Mac.
Yeah, I don't really like. Well, if you play Trundle, you can still kind of flex it. It can go either top or mid jungle, and if you go with Trundle jungle, then it usually forces the enemy jungler to go with a carry type of champion. But I think the Jestero usually wants to play those carry, those Nidalee, Elise, something like that.
Kazakhs as well.
Yeah, so I don't think that's a really good first pick. But Olaf is picked up, and I think the Trundle is a good counter pick to Olaf.
Yesterday I was looking through like pro builds and stuff, wanting to see what should I build in the jungle, because I don't play jungle at all. And I saw that I went to the page for Jax.
Yeah.
And for every game of jungle Jax, there were at least 8 top lane games of jungle. Well, top lane games of Jax. So Jax in the top lane has been popping up recently as well. And it would be interesting seeing if Nezul or Hoki have already picked him up, because well, if the EU or NALCS or LCK or anything wouldn't have finished already, I suspect that we would see Jax there, because he's been pretty popular lately.
Yeah, and I think that Jax is pretty good against Renekton. as well. So Necton has been popular now. So maybe that's a counter pick for him, as Jana and Caitlyn has been picked up for Serial Gaming. So a really safe bot lane for them, while NACL are going to, seems like are going to pick up the Alistar for themselves. So they have this more of an all-in type of bot lane.
And seems like Atnex went for the audition for the duo queue with me, because before the game I wrote about teams who wants to like duo with me with Jan and Lulu till Masters.
Yeah.
And like there were some people from NACL side who said like, no, we don't play Jan, it's not our champs. But Atnex said like, I would play Jan with you.
Okay.
So maybe this is what he wants to show us. Kaiser as well. He's in a primary spot to carry this game and get the first victory for Serial Gaming, because Kate and Jana is a really ridiculous lane to play against.
Yeah, really oppressive, can bully out really well, and especially against a melee ranged matchup with the Wistar. So if they can just get to level 2 first, and from that point just keep harassing them, and they should be able to go out the lane ahead, keep Tristan and Alyssa under their turret, and just have to look out for those all-out ganks.
Well, in this matchup, I would say that it's all about the jungle pressure, because if Kate and Jen doesn't die in lane, they are outscaling Tristan and Alistar heavily, because like Janna out of lane with, well, if Janna has a free lane, then in the mid game, late game, she's going to be more, well, much more useful than Alistar.
And the second phase of bans went out, as Swain and Vladimir was banned out against NACL, so against Serial Gaming, so they don't want to see the Vladimir top lane or the Swain top lane or mid lane. And Cassiopeia banned out against Quattros. I don't think he plays a lot of Cassiopeia. I think he's more of an Azure player, but maybe he does. In Aurelia also against Ahohi. So 2 top lane carry champions, I would say, have been banned out against NACL.
Yeah, well, Fiddlesticks covered that might be a placeholder over there, as it gets locked in. And well, let's check it out. If that is a placeholder, and it should be. I got some news that Fiddlesticks is Azure. So Azure versus an unknown matchup in mid lane, but I don't know if anything can like really hurt Azure in laning phase, at least unless you go for assassins, but that is super risky to do. And well, I would say that NACL would have a ridiculous team comp if they would just go for Cyan mid right now, as they would have like a free laning phase, well, yeah, free laning phase and a ridiculous mid game with all the engage and dive potential.
Yeah, but is that going to be? No, it's not going to be Zareth, as the Syndra is locked in for them.
And well, Nunu is Cyan, so that possibility is gone. So we get Cyan in top lane, Trundle in the jungle, mid lane Azure, and Caitlyn, Jan on bot lane for
Serial Gaming.
For Serial Gaming. And well, since it's Friday, it's also Axe Day. And well, this week, as in the previous weeks, we get some nice stuff in the Axe bag. If you haven't seen what's in the Axe bag, we got for you 3 different deodorants and 2 different shower gels. So Cookie, just introduce them.
So let's start with the shower gels, as one shower gel is carbon and clean. This is carbon and water mint, so you'll always feel fresh and fresh. And as you know, everybody has to be clean to carry their games. So, and you cannot be clean if you don't use the Axe shower gel. So, as Derek said, that if you don't wash with Axe, you can't really get Challenger in Flex. So you have to work with that. This is mint-free, so this will be even fresher. So you'll feel fresh all day. And of course, we have the 3 deodorants. The most popular one, I would say, gold one, that is anti-marks and dry protection for 48 hours. 48 hours. So you have to spray only 2 times per 1 time per 2 days. And then we have the black one that just fits with, I think, with everything. And then we have the Dark Temptation that usually you would want to use with the brown shirts or something like that, so that there wouldn't be any stains or anything like that. And to participate in the Axe giveaway. Derek, what do you have to do to participate in the Axe giveaway?
To participate in the Axe giveaway, you have to answer the question, which League of Legends rune from the rune system makes you golden, can make you golden. Answer to that question with a hashtag Axe, hashtag whatever, but most importantly, hashtag Axe. You can add different hashtags afterwards, but you need the hashtag Axe. And after this match, which is going to be 2 games, we'll announce the winner who will be able to choose 3 of these 5 products. So you could go like 3 deodorants, maybe 2 shower gels and deodorant if you do not like deodorant, but well, it's good stuff. So till then, just write hashtag Axe, write something, write the answer, write something funny, write anything, comment the game, subscribe to BESL YouTube channel, like it as well. And well, while the players are loading in, we'll go to a short break, after which the first game between Surreal Gaming versus NACL will take place. Welcome back to the BSL, and we're in the first game between Surreal Gaming versus NACL. And well, let's see, both teams are not going for the invade again. What's happening here? You should always invade, as
Helvis said in the interview.
Helvis said in the last interview on Wednesday. But that was specifically for like the bot lane. Bot lane should always invade. Now we don't see anything happening here.
Well, I would say that Surreal Gaming could have invaded with Caitlyn and Jana. I think that they would have been pretty safe still. And Truefire and Cement wouldn't be really able to do anything. They would have just had to back off. But it does seem like NACL are looking for a
Cement
ward.
got some lessons from the senpai.
Yeah, from Helvis. Listened to the interview and got inspiration. But it doesn't seem like he was inspired enough.
And well, all in all, I think that if NACL doesn't get an early lead, it's going to be a rough time for them in the mid game and late game because of the comp. Because like if you look at the champions like Orn in top lane in team fights, he's just going to ult someone. Olaf will just run in versus Trundle, which is going to be super bad as he'll get one-shotted. Plus a zero ball will help to zone him. Syndra, if she cannot one-shot anyone, then it's going to be rough for them. She'll just be an ult, well, a stun bot, essentially. And yeah, Tristana with low damage is also pretty rough. Now, if they get a small lead early, they could try to snowball to end the game like 20 minutes or something. They have really snowbally champions, but other than that, I would really like to see NACL to make proactive plays in the early game.
Yeah, we saw something like that from Joggers versus Keep Yourself Alive, where Joggers had the first game, they had a really like mid-game composition where they lost early game and would heavily lose late game, but their mid-game was really strong, and that's when they pulled the trigger, got a pick off, then took Baron and finished the game off of that Baron. So it does seem like NACL will have to do something like that, just know when they can pull the trigger, try and get some plays, leads, and from there try and win the game. As yeah, both the teams I would say have really strong late game, but Surreal Gaming have a better early game.
I wouldn't say that they have strong late game both teams, but yeah, Surreal Gaming. And well, we'll see Big Mac going in with the pillar onto J-Star. He still has flash, but
what?
He flashed a lot too late.
The
and just get first blooded by Big Mac.
Yeah, but was too hesitant on the flash, and that did cost him his life and a lead for Surreal Gaming. Now we've always have seen them get the lead, as Quattros also is getting ganked, but will not die, or will he? Does use heal and also just waits too long on the flash, and what?
And yet both jungle and mid lane with the same exact mistake in like a span of 1 minute.
Yeah, and that just gives a lead to Surreal Gaming. Usually they get the early game lead, but they don't know how to escalate that lead into a victory. So maybe with NSU, he'll bring in some leadership and he'll know how to close out the game, as Truefire is going on to Kaiser and also Jester is coming in.
Well, Jester was coming from the side. He does not have the Predator or anything. Doesn't have the flash. First axe misses. Second undertow is going to land, but that's a little bit too late as NACL's bot lane already backed off.
Yeah, and that's just going to give a big bit of a lead.
Well, Ner'zhul getting poked down a lot. Now one more hit, and both top lane is flash. Now, I don't know, maybe he's playing on a ping or something, because that flash was really late.
Something happened there, but Haori now did make Ner'zhul use his flash. Will Ner'zhul use his TP as well? Does not seem so. He's just going to walk back to lane. Oh no, he is going to use his TP. And he will not answer with his, or is he? No, he is going to answer with his own TP. So top laners don't have any summoners, and Big Mac is now looking for a gank mid lane. Quattros doesn't have flashes. He used it before, and that it should be him dying there. And it is.
Big Mac with the third kill of the game, 3-0 already. Now, while mid lane is snowballing, we get fight on the bot lane. Atnex gets killed. Kaiser gets jumped on, but he'll just use 90 caliber net to disengage.
And Atnex gets caught out. That's something that they don't want to happen, as Striking and or Kaiser and Atnex both have the better matchup on bot lane, but if they keep just dying there, that it's going to be really bad for them, as when Tristana gets a lead, then it's easy for her to just keep going in and keep getting the leads.
And on top lane, actually, I don't know if I've seen such an early recall from an Ornn, but now since he got the refill on the potion, he should be able to stay in the lane quite a lot, as he has the Negatron cloak as well. And versus Sion, well, the only damage he has to worry about pretty much is the E damage.
Yeah, the poke damage.
And now with the magic resist and passive that he can like craft items while being in lane, it's going to be pretty rough on Ner'zhul, I think.
Yeah, too bad Ornn cannot like get wards, craft wards in the lane, or get potions in lane. That would be fun. Then I think he would be so broken.
That would be fun.
He would just never have to back off. Yeah, that would be a nightmare to deal with.
Well, maybe you could balance that out with Ornn not being able to back. Like swap the ability to buy potions with the ability to recall.
That would be interesting, actually.
And well, Jessaro is going for the first Drake, which is the Cloud Drake. So not bad of a Drake if you're NACL, as you need that movement speed on Olaf as much as you can, and it doesn't hurt an Elsa as well.
Yeah, that will help True Fire roam around, try and help out Quattros, relieve some pressure there. And that's a good pickup for them, as I would say Real Gaming are in the driver's seat now, and they are the ones that should determine the game. Didn't have any vision around Drake, so that was an easy pickup for them. And three kills to Captain Snowballs, hasn't given any love to his laners yet, hasn't let them get the kills, so it's all up to him how he will be able to carry out the game.
Well, let's see if he gives some love to NSO in the mid lane, if he gives a blue buff to him. Or maybe he just wants to go for the solo carry style now. He went for an invade, and well, unlucky for him that all the camps were gone, all the camps were dead. Now enemy red buff is spawning soon, and he's already there to maybe catch out Jessaro if he comes near that.
Yeah, and Jessaro did not give his blue buff to Quattros, so Quattros will have to without that one, as
and now Jessaro is getting spotted by the ward in the bush, and well, now he's going to lose a lot because Captain Snowball is already taking the red buff, will probably take the Raptors as well. And Raptors is what you want as a jungler. That's like the only important camp besides the buff camps.
Yeah, it gives the most gold and it gives the most XP, so getting those is really great, really good for you.
And trade on bot lane. Cement getting really low. Now Trafia is going to tank a little bit. He has the flash just in case, but it is not needed, as a small trade goes in favor of Kaiser and Athnex.
Yeah, but Jessaro is
and now the combo comes in. Predator as well from Jessaro, and they're going to get Kaiser. And a pretty clean play. Maybe that previous trade was like calculated to get Caitlyn lower.
Yeah, it calculated.
Yeah,
Could be.
Probably.
And now they are going to get some damage on the turret, and they will dive Athnex, as Athnex has still stayed.
Yeah, they could even go for turret. Now Tornado is going to cancel the rocket jump, and it's most likely going to be the first turret blood for NACL, as Surreal Gaming does not have a teleport on the team.
Yeah, that is going. Yeah, it should fall here. Are they going to split it up, or is Cement going to get the full gold for
Probably
himself?
split it up.
Per Cement. I think we saw TSM always give Helvis the solo gold.
And that's probably the only team that does that. Maybe Ironwolves as well, and NACL in some matchups. I know that they gave first. Well, they didn't get first turret blood when Domus was playing, but yeah, I think they would have gotten the gold to him. But in this scenario, that extra 400 gold, although it's super cool and all, but for Tristan in this situation, it does not give that much, as she already got the Berserker Greaves, the BS sword, and a couple of daggers.
Yeah, and Caitlyn and Jonas still are bot lane. They are way to the roam. Doesn't seem like Ner'zhul is going to stay there, so if they do, if Cement and Truefire do this fast, they could get a lot of damage onto the top line turret, if not even take it, as Just has the BF sword and will be doing a lot of damage.
Well, he will not take it. He'll probably be able to put down one E on the turret or something like that. In best case scenario, if they go for that. Now, already Atnix is going to be in XP range, soon will Kaiser as well. Now the first E comes down, and Kaiser will start wave clearing. Now, items are almost the same on both AD carries. Tristana has more, well, has 2 daggers, but the attack speed, I don't know. I think the attack speed is pretty much the same.
Yeah, and they are going to just keep pushing again. Top lane Jester also is on the top side. Will start the Rift Herald, as that is the objective there, and his bot lane can easily run there, but Big Mac is getting some vision around there, does spot him out, and does not want that go into their hands, as Predator was used by Jester but stopped with the pillar, so he's going to just go for the Rift Herald.
And now let's see. Big Mac is looking for something. He is spotted, but will he go for the 1v1 versus Jester? That could be pretty dangerous, as, or is it? No, Jester could be in trouble. Has to flash away. And now Big Mac will just continue with the Rift Herald.
Yeah, says thank you Jester for the help. Is going to just easily pick that up for his team, as yeah, Truefire got killed by...
And Jester is coming in. Will he get the steal there? He does not, or does he? He gets the steal on the Rift Herald, so Jester is running away. The Ragnarok is already timed out now. Can he get away? He's running now. Big Mac is going to flash forwards, and NSU with the secure kill on Jester, but the Herald goes to NACL.
Yeah, he was able to just pick that up, so a big play from him. Ragnarok through there, just picks up the Rift Herald and said, I was not helping you, you were helping me. And now that does cost him his life, as Ho-Ho, he TP'd from behind. I don't know how he got that off as the ultimate was on.
Well, Janalti coming down the Steel Tempest, or is it? No, it's Monsoon. Steel Tempest was... Huh, interesting. I thought one of the Jan's abilities was called Steel Tempest.
Unlucky.
Yeah, but now I'm super...
Nerzo is going to be the one.
Stoked.
Yeah, Nerzo is going to be the one staying mid lane. Push is in that wave, as Macro or 17 is going to answer the bot lane wave. That will be a lot of farm for him. And 5-2 now. Serial Gaming have a 3-kill lead, but because of the turret, they are dead even in gold.
And they will lose the top tier one as well, as Cement and Trophy are pushing it down.
Yeah, they won't be able to save this one, and that is another turret for them. Usually this should be the other way around, where Kaiser is the one taking the turrets, but NACL have been able to get out of the lead, out of the lane unscathed, and because of that have been able to just keep the pressure on Caitlyn.
And this is super huge for Cement, as Caitlyn has a vastly better laning phase than Tristana, but Tristana can scale into a late game monster. We'll have to see if Cement can play Tristana in late game, as I think we haven't seen him, at least in the long games. Now, other than that, trading objectives versus a stronger opponent is always a good idea.
Yeah, but maybe Kaiser and Atnex will be able to answer the turret, but flank is coming in from Truefire.
And Truefire coming in, and headbutt gets interrupted. Meanwhile, Cement is just getting poked down, but he rocket jumps in as Quattros is already there to help him out. Atnex gets Syndra ulted, and now Captain Snowball's coming in. Can he get something? He just ulted Tristana and is trying to run away, gets CC'd, but he's a little bit too tanky.
Yeah, but 17 is also here. Nerzel with Unstoppable first coming in and gets Truefire. And that is going to be a knock-up on him, and most likely he should fall. Yeah, he does have flash, and he does use it. Still dies though.
And well, the third turret is going to go for NSL too. So 3-4-0 in terms of turrets. That's going to change pretty soon, or is it? As NACL are kind of like out-rotating Serial Gaming here.
Yeah, and this is what I stressed, is that the Serial Gaming have this pretty bad macro game, while in the NACL have been able to work around that, know how to play this one out, as Captain Snowballs and 17 are trying
They're
to
not able to to dive Quattros as, yeah, their dive was not coordinated enough.
And now there does seem like 4 members of NAC are going to try and kill
Ornald comes in, Cements already dead, and can they 2v5? This seems like they cannot 2v4 rather. And while Bill Big Mac die, he does not. Quattros kills him. And those are 2 kills going for NACL. And 3 turret lead. 3, well actually, they're behind in kills, but still. And 3k lead as well for NACL, so pretty good good punishment for mistakes on side of the NACL.
Yeah, and NACL now clearing out a bit of vision, and Truefire, the MVP, tanking the wave for Cement so he could pick that up, are going to push in mid lane, and that is just going to give a lot of pressure for them, getting that mid lane a priority. A big wave crashing into the bot lane turret, and that is most likely going to make it fall, or no, as Quattros is there, is going to help it out, and yeah, everything is cleared. Nerzel's time was not used correctly there, I would say.
And well, the top lane matchup, although I thought that Owen's going to get a bigger lead because of that match first recall, he did get 20 CS lead, which is now 10 CS lead. And Sion will finish the Banner of Command pretty soon, while Orn opted for the Abyssal Mask first. So that's kind of a well, different, because Kahoki looks to stay on the lane as long as possible. He just wants to, yeah, just farm and push, farm and push. He does not care about anything, while Nezel wants to get the Banner of Command to start grouping up with his team.
Yeah, Cement now 3-0-1 is going to be one of the team's carries, or it should be at least, as 4 members now are going to go on to Nerzel. Nerzel is going to use Unstoppable Force to get out, but they might just pick up the turret here, as Serial Gaming are rotating. But will that be enough? Looks like it will, as Cement just wants to steal away the red buff from Serial Gaming.
And well, Cement's going away from the red buff. He wants the mid lane minions more than that. Because minions is the most important thing. If you're the AD carry, you do not want a team fight or anything like for the first 75 minutes of the game. You just want to farm, farm, farm till you are full build, or at least close to that. As Cement, well, is a shy 10 CS ahead of Caitlyn, which is pretty admirable.
Yeah, Jester tried to go on to Kaiser, but missed the first Q, so was not able to slow him down.
And now Captain Snowball's coming in. Will he get a perfect pillar there? He traps 2, and a 4-man knockup from top. Yeah, he pops the ultimate. Will he survive? Seems like he will not. And with the kill, no Ornald comes in. They're all trapped in a cage. Gets a 3-man Ornald.
2-man
Macro flashes away, gets knocked up by Hahoki though. Will he survive? He will not though. They go forward. Both AD carries still alive. Can they get some resets? Cement, a couple more hits onto Kaiser, but he's not in range for that. Now, they die with Hahoki, he's not tanky, and now they have to back away. And that was 1-for-1.
Yeah, support for mid laner. So I kind of thought that NACL are going to lose that fight for a second, but it doesn't seem like anybody is going to like really lose that fight. They go out even.
But at the same time, as Tristana versus Caitlyn, you always want to go even, because going even versus Caitlyn is like winning versus Caitlyn.
Yeah, and that just going to give... What happened is, yeah, NACL did not use all the summoners, while Serial Gaming did, so that gives them a bit of an advantage there. So most likely they will be able to win the next fight. That will be most likely around Drake. I don't think that they'll want to pick up the Baron now.
And talking about winning versus Caitlyn, Cement is 2k ahead of Kaiser. In terms of gold, that's like crazy. That's almost a Zeal item already. And while Kaiser is still trying to reach for those kills, reach for the last hits, try to get more farm, but there's just not enough farm on the map at the moment. He needs to group around with his team, but he's not strong enough to deal damage there.
Yeah, but NACL now looking for a fight. Snowball is happy to take it.
Big Mac dealing a chunk of damage.
And now 17
Predator's pressed, but Jester was a little bit too squishy. Nezu is running away. He does not have the ultimate anymore. Now they are trying to turn away, try to kite them, but it is not working, as they have to back away. Both teams will meet at mid lane. And well, NACL wants to get the control of the Baron pit.
Or they're just going to start the Baron. And yeah, they do start the Baron here. Want to force a fight for Surreal Gaming. Surreal Gaming don't have all their summoners, and they don't have 4 ultimates, so that's good for them.
Teleport comes in from Nezu. Can they get something? Unstoppable Onslaught's not there, and now Surreal Gaming will just continue the Baron. What's happening? Gornalt comes down. 4 gets slowed, 4 gets knocked up, and a big Alistar combo coming in, finishing off at next now. Trophy is still alive. Kaiser is looking. Well, Cement's looking for Kaiser, gets the kill, and Cement is going forward. Double kill for the Tristan. He's looking for resets. MC0 dashes away. Nezu might be in trouble, but Cement will just, regroup with his team, and a big fight coming down from NACL.
Yeah, NACL wanted to bait in that fight, and they managed to do that as what they wanted to. All of Surreal Gaming just bunched up a perfect Ornn ultimate for NACL, and then just a good follow from True Fear was able to get a 3-man knockup, I think, off of that. And Cement, meanwhile, was just able to free hit anybody who he wants to, and yeah, Surreal Gaming lost the fight. Now they are 5k behind, and that is going to be Baron for NACL.
And I would say an excellent team fighting from NACL as Cement 5-0-3 on the Tristan. Well, in comparison, Kaiser on the Caitlyn is 0-3-2. Has not had the best of Caitlyn games, but well, he still has time to redeem him, as Caitlyn still scales really good into late game, and with good trap management, he can try to outplay NACL.
Yeah, when Olaf runs in, he usually runs in the line and doesn't care about the traps, usually, but still
you can deal a ton of damage.
Yeah, you can get the passive headshots still go through, and you can easily just one-shot Olaf if he isn't careful enough.
Or use it as a auto reset.
Yeah.
Deal even more damage. So a lot of different mechanics for Caitlyn that most of the players are not aware of. Mostly Cookie knows all the Caitlyn mechanics, as he is the premier Caitlyn player here.
Yeah, the one trick man of it. But I haven't played Caitlyn recently. I've been trying to play different champions like Xayah. I've been playing a lot of Xayah recently.
It's like the worst possible time to play Xayah right now. But well, man goes up against the flow of the river. No, that's not the word. Whatever.
Against the stream.
Against the stream, and Cement getting caught out against the stream. Has to heal. Ace in the hole comes down, but Jester will just heal it away. Now, NACL has the Banner of Command minion, and Unstoppable Onslaught is trying to catch someone out. Quattrus uses Character Weak to just slow the enemy push away. And that's about it. No one dies there, but well, a pretty big positional mistake by Cement. And look at that, Quattrus flashes away from the flash. From the Flash Emperor's divide from NSU.
Yeah, now Big Mac is trying to 1v1 Hoey. This doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Shiking could be in trouble. Kaiser will die to Cement. Cement's looking for resets, gets one. Second one goes to J-Staro. No, can they get an acro now? NSU had no flash, so double kill goes to Tristan, and Nezu flashes away. He's a little bit too tanky to chase down now. NACL will just blow down the mid lane now.
Or bot
and well, they want Big Mac here. They want Big Mac. Big Mac gets comboed and knocked up. Bot line super low. The bot line inhibitor third falls. Inhibitor should fall soon enough. Cement meanwhile pushing down top lane because tons of minions has the Baron buff. So they might even get 2 inhibs here if they have enough time. Or if they decide to go for that, because the rest of the team is just pushing down the Nexus.
Yeah, and that does seem like if Tristan would be there, then they would have, I guess, taken one Nexus turret, but because she was not there and was pushing top lane and striking again.
And well, a little bit of overextension from Tofia, has to use his ult. And yeah, 2 inhibs going. Now Unstoppable Onslaught hits Quattrus. Quattrus super low, will get knocked up, or will it? Seraphs comes in. And well, Cement dies. Who's going to be the next? Ruffler is super low. Double kill for NSU, looking for triple. Jester flashes away, but will he get away? He has no flash. Captain Stonewall coming in. Ragnarok comes in. And, well, he's still running, Pilla will stop that and with the 3 kills in this one.
Yeah, but Captain Snowballs is not done. Okay, he is done, just stops there. But I still think that this is worth, even though they did lose 3 members, they got the top lane inhibitor down.
I think that they could have done that more cleanly.
They could have if Cement was with his team.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa, yeah. As, well, I think it was okay until some Team NACL started to push in for the Nexus turrets. If they would have just picked up the inhibitor and gone help Cement, they would have been fine. Nobody would have died there. But I still think that this isn't too big of a mistake from them, as they shouldn't lose the game off of this. All of them just have to now go mid lane. Maybe Hahohi goes on the side lane to just keep the minions pushed in.
And Kaiser going for the lottery build. He has finally finished the Infinity Edge, and he decided to go Rapid Fire Cannon as his first crit item. So in team fights, if he gets a Rapid Fire crit proc to get rid of crit on the primary target like Watchers or Cement, they can win the team fight. But that's like, I would say like 1 in 3 chance that they could win a team fight, and it all depends on the RNG. So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. But for now, already Kaiser with 2 crit items. He's looking to wave clear as much as possible. Maybe try to get some poke down. Predator turned in by J-Starrow. He's just looking to zone them away as Cement is hitting the turret. Now there's a lot of zone, and Cement again falls down short, but he has to be the one hitting the turret, but it's pretty hard as this Tristana, as they do not have the Jan or anything, and Shiking. Well, Kaiser is going to survive. Kaiser is going to survive, then unleash the Pava from Watchers. Now, the next wave comes in. Surreal Gaming has to go defend, and they cannot defend the mid lane turret anymore, as the super minions from bot and top are pushing in.
Yeah. And this is going to be really hard for them, but it does seem like they have been able to deal with the situation for now, as Cement has been just tanking a bit of this turret shots.
I really like how he's playing here. He's just going in, getting the damage on the turret, not caring if enemies engage, because he has the flash, and well, most likely he's predicting a flash combo by enemies, and so he's pretty much safe.
Yeah, and the turret does fall. The inhibitor is going to follow. As
well, they're clunked up a little bit. They have to disengage for a bit, since there's a lot of trap zoning the exit for NACL.
Yeah, but now the minions are crashing into the base. There are going to be less Surreal Gaming members defending the inhibitor, and that is going to fall there. It should be.
And Cement getting the dead inhibitor. Nuzzle is getting a pretty low. Now Baron is coming up in 15 seconds. The next Drake, which is going to be another Mountain Drake in 5 seconds. Now NACL will go for the Baron, since there's pretty much no way how Surreal Gaming can contest that, unless Big Mac goes for the steal. But he will be there way too late.
Yeah, the Baron does fall really fast. NACL have one Mountain Drake under them. So they should be able to just take it up easily, no problems there. Now we'll reset and then make the game-winning push. Will Surreal Gaming be able to win the next fight to keep themselves in the game?
I think that they just need to wave clear. They do not need to fight. I don't know if NACL, well, I want to see actually, if NACL can close this out. But because as the items for Caitlyn come in, it's going to be more and more harder for them. I would like advise Kaiser, he doesn't hear us, but if he would, I would have advised Kaiser to go for the Hurricane right now.
Yeah.
For Runans on Caitlyn, so he can just wave clear, and wave clear. Because that's all he has to do. Because he has Trundle and Azir. It's like, he doesn't need to go in for those crazy fights. He can just wave clear, wait for his teams to get more items and outscale the enemy.
Yeah, Truefire's caught out a bit.
He gets 2-man combo, but well, and he actually wins the trade against Captain Snowball. Pretty crazy to think about. Now he gets poked down. He has to be careful if he wants to stay in lane. They do have one Ocean Drake now. M0 will use his heal to survive and unleash the power. But yeah, the answer turret falls. Inhibitor should fall soon. And look at those minions in the top lane next to Ahohi. Now it's a little bit too much. 2 super minions bannered up, 1 bannered up minion, and there's just nothing that Serial Gaming can do there. It's the minions are taking over the base.
Yeah, there's too many of them, and that is going to be game 1 going to NACL, and it was a bit. I didn't think it's going to be that close actually. It took 30 minutes for NACL to win this one, but they had the late game composition, I guess. Even though I still think
I wouldn't say that they had the late game composition.
They had the sieging composition.
Yeah,
with
that's
zoning
more like
zoning Syndra and just Tristana picking up the turrets. And they were able to win this game, even though Serial Gaming had a pretty good start. The bad things were the laning phase, where Kaiser and Atnix died a bit. If they wouldn't have just died there, then I think NACL wouldn't have anything that they could have done there, because every lane would have been behind, and Serial Gaming would have just had a better mid-game composition then.
Yeah, well, Big Mac had a pretty great early game on the Trundle, getting the first 3 kills of the game, and in the damage graph we can see that Cement just frontlining the NACL squad. Well, Kaiser and Macro not falling too far behind, but they were hitting the
17
and Kaiser, but they were hitting the Ornn and the Olaf, so the damage is a little bit inflated, but the same on the Cement side. But yeah, great game for Cement. I really like that he stepped up to get to the turrets, even though his range was a little bit shorter than the enemies. He almost died a couple of times, but well, the effort worked out for him.
And this was game 1. Today's Friday, fun day, Axe Day. We all know the question. Derek, can you remind us what the question is?
So the question is for today: which League of Legends rune makes you golden? Now answer to this question with the hashtag Axe, and you'll be able to choose 3 of these 5 wonderful products. We'll announce the winner of the giveaway after the next game. So yeah, just write the answer, and till the next game we'll take a short break, so stay tuned and we'll be right back.
I can never forgive Lakita for murdering our mother.
I've been cooperating, you're just not listening.
You're not listening to me.
Pasaules top seriāli. Skaties visas sezonas uzreiz visos tavos ekrānos. Shortcut films. Tikai 6 eiro mēnesī. Shortcut. Tu redzēsi.
You spray. You awkward. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
L. I want more G's than the 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 L. Go rap out till I black out.
welcome back to the Baltic eSports League. We're in the second Champions League between NACL versus Surreal Gaming. First game was pretty interesting. It was quite close for the first half of the game, and then NACL just got too many leads and pretty much snowballed the game to the victory.
Yeah, and I expected there to be the same bans. I think that the composition was in Surreal Gaming's favor. They just weren't able to finish out the game, and I think they should just go with the same type of composition, as it did seem pretty good for them, and just try and clean up their playstyle.
And well, similar bans as in the game one, actually the same. We got Oriana Gallio from NACL's side and Camille Morgana from Surreal Gaming's.
Yeah, and I expect there to be the bans to be the same, yeah. And the last ban for, what was the last ban for? I think it was, what was it? Something.
I remember, it was not mid lane, that's for sure.
I think it was top lane something. Oh yeah, it was Swain?
It was not Swain in the first game.
So this time they don't. So they don't want to first pick Swain, and as I guess they don't feel comfortable on the champion, and they don't want Surreal Gaming to have it.
And now what I want to see is if Kaiser goes for the Kaiser. Finally, we've seen him a couple times on the champion. He could go to Ezreal as well. Last week he had a pretty good game in the Ezreal up until one point.
Well, I think all of his games have been good when he plays Ezreal. Just there's one mistake that he makes, that is, yeah, him using his E to go in, and because of that he gets caught out, and that was his team to fight and game.
And first pick Tristana for Cement, so he was pretty happy for the first game. Managed to do whatever he wanted to do. And well,
so the bans are a bit different. We don't see the Rakan ban from the first game come out from Surreal Gaming. But will they ban the Irelia and Cassiopeia that was also in the first game?
Irelia, Cassiopeia, that would be interesting. And Vayne Hover. Now, if Vayne would be locked in, it would be a pretty scary thing for Surreal Gaming.
Yeah.
But it could work out. Well, Surreal Gaming will just lock in the Olaf. The Vayne could work out if they completely change up their playstyle and play off of Vayne completely.
Yeah, but I don't think that is their style, and they shouldn't go for that. I think they should go with the Ezreal ADC, or Baltic State wasn't that bad. They just have to look out for the ganks a bit more. So if they can do that, then they should be fine.
It is not what you usually wanna like do if you haven't practiced the style, because like, well, I don't know. In my opinion, you should just play standard, and if you do not play standard, then if you do not know how to play standard, I don't think that you can actually make a style of yourself. And well, what do we have here? We got a Kha'Zix locked in, which was banned in the first game, and that is Alistar. So the same bot line as in game one.
Yeah, and is that going to be the same bot line for Surreal Gaming? Are they going to... Oh, a Yasuo pickup.
Yasuo pickup, that is a pretty interesting one. Since I don't know if NSU plays Yasuo.
17.
Well, 17 NSU. The same thing pretty much.
Same player.
Yeah.
Different nickname. But yeah, we haven't seen Yasuo from NSU. If he's going to pop off, then maybe we'll be able to put in him with the best Latvian with the best Latvian Yasuo players together with Face and Sportrace.
Well, let's see for the second phase of bans. Will they ban out like the? I would suspect it could be like, well, it's Vladimir. Okay.
Could they ban out?
But I think that could be like Caitlyn or Kaiser ban as the second one. But what we haven't thought about is that this Yasuo could actually go top lane as well.
Yeah, they banned Vladimir last game as well. Don't want to see Nerso on that champion. This time banning it out as well. But using it as the second phase ban is not feeling it that it is too like prioritized. But yeah, still don't want to see him against on Vladimir against a tank matchup. It is pretty hard for the tanks to play against.
And most of the tanks are banned out. So what are we going to see on top lane? Will we see a carry matchup?
Urgot?
Urgot or maybe Yorick.
Yorick.
But this is probably one of the last tanks available. Well, if you do not count the Maokai, which we could see here.
But I think we would see. I think Haoi could bring out Irelia.
Irelia or Gnar maybe.
Or not, but I think Irelia. Because it was banned last time, and I think Haoi plays a lot of Irelia in solo queue.
So I would like to see the first Irelia in BSL, but there's a Gnar pickup.
It's
so
like Gnar.
yeah, it's an Gnar. Now, for the Yasuo on Serial Gaming side, because I think that's going to be the thing we need to watch out for. Not a lot of assist for his teams,
Well,
from his team. He
Cho'Gath.
has the Cho'Gath knockup and the Janna Tornado, but that's about it.
Is there any ADCs that can knock up?
Well, Vayne can,
Vayne can.
Tristana can, but Tristana is
locked in. And Cassiopeia for Quatches, so I would say normal team fighting composition from NACL with Kazakh jungle to what maybe snowballed the matchup from game from the start, while Serial Gaming have safer. It's hard to say, like they have a safe 1-4 or 1-3-1 with Cho'Gath also split pushing.
I think that it could be like after laning phase, Yasuo could just go up against the Gnar. If the Gnar is not too far ahead or Yasuo too far behind. But all in all, it's a pretty decent team fight for Serial Gaming. But they are almost full AD, I would say.
Yeah.
Cho'Gath has a little bit of AP damage. Olaf has a little bit of true damage. Conqueror is going to come in. Now, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting all in all. Now, what else is on the table?
What else is on the table are the Axe products. As today is Axe Day, all you have to do to participate in the Axe giveaway is write in #Axe to the answer which of the runes can make you go golden. And if you do so, if you write the correct answer and if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video or the stream, I would say, then you have a high chance of winning 3 of your choosing of these 5 products. We have 2 shower gels, the Carbon and Clean and the Mint Freeze. So yeah, both of them just give you you'll be really clean in solo queue games if you use these ones. Smell really fresh all day.
And you have 3 deodorants. We got Dark Temptation, Black, and Gold. And well, feel fresh all day.
With all new Axe Gold body spray.
And well, as Cookie mentioned, all you have to do is write down the answer to the question, which League of Legends rune can make you go golden, with the #Axe, and you'll participate in the giveaway. Now the players are loading into the game, so we'll take a short break, after which the second game between NACL versus Serial Gaming will take place. Welcome back to the BSL, and we are in the second game between NACL versus Surreal Gaming. Now, let's see if Surreal Gaming can clinch out their first victory of the season. Now, if they can, this is the most likely matchup versus whom they'll get it.
Yeah, because next week they play against Iron Wolves, and if Iron Wolves don't troll, I think even if they troll, they don't lose. So,
well, that is not guaranteed. Who knows? Maybe with the new mid laner of Surreal Gaming, they can really do something. Because in the first game, 17 was not playing bad at all. He was actually making some plays, getting some leads, assisting Big Mac in jungle. So some mid jungle synergy is there now, but they need a little bit more to get to victory.
yeah, they have to find. Been playing for how long has this been? 2 months.
Something like that.
Yeah, 2 months, and they haven't still found the winning formula for their team. So something maybe they'll have found something, but they haven't really worked on it yet. So we'll see. Kaiser goes with the Doran's Blade on Jhin as his first item. What are your thoughts about it?
Well, versus I think that's the best option versus the Alistar Tristana. They cannot really hurt him in any ways, and yeah, he should be able to get some early leads. With Jhin, you can go obviously the rune of Alacrity, which gives you more attack speed, but it's not needed on Jhin. And he can go Bloodwell or whatever it was called, which gives you lifesteal after some minion takedowns or champion takedowns, so he'll be able to stay healthy, and pretty much Jhin will have a lot stronger mid game than Tristana, and the early game as well. Since I don't know if Caitlyn can really abuse Alistar that much in the early game, but since she relies on many auto attacks, and it's hard to dish away many auto attacks, but versus Alistar as Jhin, you can just poke him down with 4 chant, same with Tristana, and Tristana gets almost obliterated.
Yeah, almost falls there, because yeah, Jhin got level 2, and because that was able to pick up Did We First, landed that one, and a lot of damage goes out to Cement. Cement has to use his potion, so that is something for them. But it is going to be pretty healthy after everything ends.
And I would say that with Jhin, it's much easier to snowball the game than with Caitlyn, since Caitlyn requires your team to do the precise exact thing, while with Jhin, there's some solo carry potential. Well, and Stu poking down Quattros in mid lane. He's playing pretty good so far.
Yeah, I can't say anything bad about that. Doesn't have a minion lead, but still is being like close to that. Hasn't fallen behind. Is able to have a lot of pressure in mid lane. There's also top lane just farming it out, not getting poked down too much, as it most likely will be on Jester or Big Mac to look for the plays.
Well, 2v2 on mid lane. Well, all the 4 players were there, but not quite a fight there as Macro. Well, NSU just pokes down Quattros and runs away. Meanwhile, Captain Snowball finding Jest Arrow. The undertow misses, and now Big Mac has to run away. Phase Rush comes in from Quattros. Windwall comes down, and will Macro get the two-man play here? He forces Quattros' flash out. So yeah, big win for Surreal Gaming, as yeah, 17, he's just playing out of his mind on this Yasuo.
Yeah, and that just get out of that situation, he gets something, as now Big Mac is in trouble, has to use his own flash, is not going to die there, forces out True Fires, both the True Fire summoners, so Quattros and True Fire are summonerless.
Yeah.
Summonerless, yeah, and that is going to give a lot of like options for Big Mac. If he wants to, he can go.
And also Kaiser and Atnex, because they are summoner more on bot lane.
Yeah, and they have more. They're summoner more now, and they are pushing in the waves pretty well here. Cement and True Fire haven't been able to get that, and yeah, they are going to just now fall back. That is going to be. Is that a BF sword for Jhin?
Well, Jin does not have enough gold for BS Sword.
Big ass.
Now, on top lane, I want to see what's going to happen between Hahoki and Nezu because, well, the early levels do go for the Cho'Gath, but in BSL so far we've seen Gnar pickups versus the Cho'Gaths, but we haven't seen Gnar's really snowball the matchup yet.
Yeah.
So I want to see Hahoki snowball matchup. Already he is up in CS, which is a big change from the other times we've seen Gnar versus Cho'Gath. But I don't know what's happening on mid lane. I don't know what's happening in mid lane. NSU is just crushing Quattros. Now level 6, Quattros has no flash. And what happened there? First blood goes to Kaiser. Seems like Trophy just went a little bit too deep.
Yeah, and didn't have any summoners. And also on mid lane, Macro gets Quattros, so maybe they have found their winning formula. Just pick up some comfort champions and try and win the lanes, and then try and snowball the game from there. Well, as we still saw last game, that Serial Gaming get early lead, but they weren't able to finish out the game from that. Maybe they'll be able to do something from here. As Jestero is stealing away the wolves, Captain Snowballs or Big Mac did also steal away the wolves from Jestero, so just keeping it even there.
And well, I want to see this Yasuo snowball, I want to see this Jin snowball now. Kaiser went for, like, I would say the Helvis build after like the second back or third back or whatever. Even when Helvis finishes his first item, he still goes for the cult.
He wants to have as much gold as he possibly can, and that just helps out a bit, as that is the only item when you sell it, you actually gain profit from the items. So that's a good pickup for him. And
in the early game, the lifesteal is not too bad as well. You can really get through even rough laning phases, or if you're snowballing, you can take a bit of minion damage since you'll heal that back up. And on mid lane, 17 going in on Quattros. Quattros is level 6. Now he uses Petrifying Gaze, but 17 dodges us. And Quattros gets the kill. Quattros gets the kill 1v2. Now Captain Snowball next one on the plate. He will run away, but what a turnaround from Quattros.
Yeah, no, Atnic's looking for something. Truefire is going to find him and is going to get the stun off, but is he going to just fall back? Does seem so. No, he's still going there. Jester is right behind him in his pocket, ready to come out. Jin is also going to fall back as they have no idea where Jester is right now. Or no, they did saw him. Captain Snowball is now looking to pick up his bull buff, and is Jester going to try and steal it away? Does not seem so.
And well, big plays coming out from both mid laners. It seemed like that start that 17 will be able to 1v1 Quattros now, even with Captain Snowball on the, yeah, as a support over his shoulder. Quattros somehow turned around that fight.
Yeah, Jessica was able to come in, deal a lot of damage to Macro. It was surprising amounts of damage to Macro, and that just was enough to finish him off together with Quattros. This will just give Quattros a bit more time to scale up, as he wants to stack his tier up. And then when you have some items, then try and do something, because Macro is still getting a bit of a lead mid lane.
And yeah, it seems like he's pretty comfortable on the Yasuo. Knows the trade patterns and such. And well, Captain Snowball again a little bit too deep with the invades, will get 3-manned. And there's just no way for him, gives away double buffs to Quattros.
And 17 will not be happy about that one, as this is just going to give him a harder time winning these trades. And yeah, the mana regen and the health regen from the double buffs will help Quattros a lot in the lane. Nerzo now roaming down looking for something. Is he going to find anything? Just placing a word for 17.
And well, Quattros again ganked this time Benezu, but Petrifying Gaze is going to stop both of them. Now Quattros gets knocked up, but he was under the turret, so pretty safe there.
Yeah, Macro did not want to follow that up. And now Jester looking to find Nerzo maybe, roaming back to lane.
Well, Jester should be careful because Captain Snowball is already there, and he might be the one in trouble right now. Hahoki will get to double 2-man ultimate. Now Captain Snowball is running forward, MC Rose already there, he gets the first kill, so Captain Snowball gets one. Moonwall comes down, but they are slowed by the miasma, so they cannot follow up.
Yeah, and a good pickup from Serial Gaming. We're able to trap NACL there. It did seem like Serial Gaming knew that something like that is going to happen, as they saw that that Jester is going to did go into that pit, in the Rift Herald pit. So
yeah, well, Nezul getting caught out. Might die here again. 1v3, or is it? Captain Snowball's coming from that side. One more hit on Nezul will do it. Kokoki gets the kill.
So 3-for-3 now. The gold lead is almost even. Serial Gaming, okay, it is even right now. And NACL if could pick up the Drake now.
Well, Kaiser has to flash away. Okay, flash away from the combos. He did not have any mana. It would be pretty terrifying to go up against this Caitlyn. Now J-Star is already dead. Kaiser has no flash. Now heal comes through. He will survive, but will Atnex combo comes through on them. J-Star secures the kill. Now 17's already dead. He is looking to turn this around. Has the third Steel Tempest, but Chafia flashes away from that.
Yeah, and this is going to, and now again NACL are looking to go in, as Quattros has came from his lane. The Petrifying Gaze does not land onto anyone, and that is going to be a dead Kaiser. Macro is the next one to follow, and that is going to be 1 kill for Cement and 1 for Jester. That should be a Drake for NACL as well, giving them the Ocean Drake, and that will give them a lot of regen.
And it looks like that on the team rotations, NACL are just outplaying Serial Gaming.
The macro game has been better for them. Now 1k ahead after that play, and I would say NACL now have the lead that they should have. He has his Black Cleaver, so should be able to deal a lot of damage to Ner'zhul now. And Ner'zhul did finish his Ninja Tabai, I think it's pronounced correctly, and that is going to give him a lot of capabilities of killing. Ner'zhul has a lot of kill potential now, if he can just land the hits. Next item should be Frozen Mallet.
Well, usually it should be Frozen Mallet. We still haven't seen anyone go for the split push build, but it is a possibility going for that Blade of Drain King second.
Yeah, and if he does go with Blade of Ruin King, then he'll have a lot of damage against Ner'zhul and a lot of damage against Big Mac, against Olaf. So he should.
But it seems like the damage isn't an issue even at this point of the game, as he is slowly poking down Ner'zhul on top lane. But Big Mac is there. Predator turned in. Hohoki dodges the undertow, jumps over, but will get slowed, will get knocked up, and will die to Ner'zhul.
Yeah, and Macro already was also there. Would have wanted to dive that if needed. Was able to do so. So a good drone from him, as Truefire is looking for an engage.
Truefire getting completely cancelled by Atnex. But Jester is there already, and they have no tornado. Atnex flashes away, but will he survive? It seems like he will. Or will it? Yeah, the rocket charge killed him. Kaiser is going to die as well. Quattros was already dead in case the damage didn't, well, the damage wasn't enough. And now NACL will get the first third blood on bot lane.
Or will they?
Or will they? Nezul and Big Mac are pushing down the turret, but, well, it's going to be a race. It's going to be a race, I tell you. And Big Mac getting the first third blood.
And that is going to be a small victory for Serial Gaming. Now, Macro got to push in mid lane, so Quattros is going to lose a bit of experience in gold there. But yeah, that Cement now should be able to just go switch positions with Hohoki, him and Truefire both going top lane and trying to pick that turret up.
And Nezul and Big Mac starting the Herald, but they will back up as Jester is already there. He might go for Big Mac there. Big Mac doesn't have flash, behind him comes down. And Big Mac is going to fall to Quattros. Double Steel Tempest knockup will not be enough to stop them.
Now NACL could go for the mid lane turret, as there is nobody to defend it, only Atnex there. And if Atnex stays doesn't play it carefully enough, then they could just go for the dive. And they are going to start the ban. The Jester is going to start the Rift Herald, as Quattros, Haoi and Truefire are trying to pick up the mid lane turret.
And already Cement on the top lane. He's pretty safe that they do not have vision, but yeah, they know that the enemy team are forced to be mid lane. Kernikal comes down, deals a little bit of damage on Quattros and Truffier. But that's about it. Nothing more they can do. Now knockup lands in, and Yasuo going in, has to dash away. Now Petfrank Gaze hits no one, and Truffier dies from Kaiser. So 5 men on mid lane from Serial Gaming will get a kill. But in response, Cement will get top lane.
Yeah, Cement will be able to pick up that turret for himself. Doesn't seem like Serial Gaming are going to keep the push mid lane going. Cement is staying there as nobody is reacting to the play, nobody is going to stop him. He could just go for the tier 2 turret now if Hoki and Quattros can negate the recalls, but no. Nerzel is going to up and is going to pick up that wave for himself, but is going to lose a lot of minions already to the turret.
And yeah, I don't know what Serial Gaming has to do. They were completely out-rotated. In the first game not that much, but in this one, it seems like they have no answers there. The second wants to be on lane. Now maybe they can turn this around once 17 gets the Infinity Edge onto the Yasuo. Kaiser can still scale well into the late game with the Rapid Fire Cannon and the Runan's Hurricane. So we'll have to see. Now Serial Gaming has a way to come back in this game, but it's not going to be easy for them since they do not rotate fast enough. That means that they have to win fights pretty hard.
Yeah, and Haohi now pushing in bot lane as Cement is still going topside. Don't know why they have opted into this push as Drake is going to spawn in 1 minute.
M0 might go for something. He's just playing with Quattros in mid lane.
And Truefire is there to follow up if needed. Doesn't seem like they are going to try and do anything there.
Haohi poking down Kaiser in bot lane as well. Oh. Well, gets poked down a little bit now. Kaiser has to flash away. Haohi just jumps on him.
Yeah, but no, he also has flash, so if
and well, mid lane, there's a fight going on. 17 is going to die. Big Mac and Nezu coming in. There's a knockup. Now, will they get Quattros? They do get Quattros, but Haohi gets Kaiser. So, again, 1-for-1 trade. Well, 1-for-2 actually, in favor of NACL.
Yeah, Kaiser's not expecting that Haohi could still have flash there. And now Haohi could be in trouble as Atnex is going there with Nerzel. And in mid lane, so Captain Snowballs gets killed by
and
Jester.
They put down the Rift Herald. So while there's a chase going down from Atnex and Nerzel, NACL are just pushing down mid.
They are going to try and pick up everything here. Infernal Drake has spawned. So after these 2 turrets, they should be able to pick these up. And after this, they should just be able to pick up the Infernal Drake and should back off. As Macro is looking for Jester, the tornado will not land. As Nerzel is trying to kill Haohi, Haohi just jumps over the wall and is safe from him. And Cement starts the Drake. And yeah, NACL does seem like they're just rotating to pick that up for themselves.
And well, with the team comp they have, well, they are scaling pretty good into every single lane. The only lane I would say that outscales from Serial Gaming side is the mid lane, as late game Yasuo is super scary. But we'll have to see if they can set that Yasuo up for victory, because that would mean that they completely abandon Kaiser and leave him on his own up against this, Gnar and Kha'Zix.
Yeah, and he did go with the boost of swiftness, not with Ninja Tabai. So that is going to make him easier to kill for Kha'Zix or for Haohi. Both of them kind of rely on auto attacks, but Haohi still uses, Jester uses with the Kha'Zix, just bursts everybody. And he is 4-1-5, has his Dust Blade finished, and also the Warrior Enchantment.
And well, there might be a fight on top lane. It's going to be a 2v4. And Jester are almost one-shotting it. 17 has to flash away. Ragnarok comes in. And Cement even flashing forwards. And that's a 2-for-0. Baron's coming up in 15 seconds. And yeah, NACL might as well just rush it, since the jungler from Serial Gaming is dead.
Yeah, but now Kaiser and Atnex are getting ran down. Haohi tried to be the one that stops them, but they went around him so nothing they can do there, but that it should be the free Baron. Nerso doesn't have TP to flash over and try and feast the Baron. Let's do it that way. And that, yeah, should be an easy pickup. The
Technical comes down, but it's not going to be enough as too many people are just tanking the shots for the Baron. So yeah, Baron goes to NACL, and yeah, they're in the driver's seat and pretty much ready to close out the game.
Yeah, 7k gold lead in 20 minutes, 2 Drakes under them, Infernal and Ocean Drake, so they should be, I think they should be able to finish off the game now. It's going to be really hard for Serial Gaming to defend this, as they don't really have Wave Clear, and again, even against Baron buff, that's going to be even harder.
Now, the only positive side coming into this is that NACL does not have a banner of command, so turrets are going to fall a little bit, well, in a little bit longer time span, and that means a little bit more, well, possibly more openings for Serial Gaming to try to turn this around.
And here, Kha'Zix is looking for an invade onto the bull buff, and does happen there. And then yeah, Truefire getting some vision cleared out of the jungle. Kha'Zix looking to maybe pick up something as well. Does clear vision just around the jungle area. Does seem that they are going to go for the bot lane turrets, while Hohi just split pushes top lane.
And well, Kaiser still hasn't gotten his rapid fire cannon, so it's pretty hard for this Jhin to set up plays on his own. And pretty hard to damage the enemies from afar as well at the same time. Now J-Star could possibly one-shot Kaiser if he gets a good jump on him. Didn't get it this time.
Maybe
but
next time.
There's a possibility that it could happen. Now, Cement getting the bot lane turret, he's doing his job, like doing everything he needs to, pushing down the inhibitor turret right now. Let's see. And well, Atnex will probably die from this flash away, but the
Buster shot?
Yeah, the Buster shot is enough to finish it up. Kaiser falls as well. That is double kill coming down from Big Mac, and whoa.
Those are 3 kills for NACL. That should be a free inhibitor, and if they could go for the game.
They could go for the game, actually.
Yeah, Hohi now in a 1v2 situation does flash away from the tornado, so Mecca won't be able to do anything about that one, as the first Nexus turret does fall. Are going up for this, going for the second one. That is going to surely fall as well. Truefire still looking for some kills, but yeah, NACL are going to close out the second game as well, and a big victory for them, 2-0 this time. The first game didn't look as good. The first game looked a lot better for Serial Gaming. The second game, not so much.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting series, as at a lot of points in this in these games, it looked like Serial Gaming are going to start doing something, and are going to get a lead. But every time something happens, and every time they just throw away all the possibilities they could do.
And looking from the damage charts, you can already see that J-Star are doing a lot of damage, most in the game as a Kha'Zix. It was the early game, so Cement wasn't able.
Not far from that is Kaiser, actually.
And then Gunnar.
Yeah.
So Cement wasn't able to deal a lot of damage to people, but he did a lot of damage to structures.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. Cement in both games did what he had to do. He just plowed down the turrets with the Tristana pick, and yeah, pretty great games from him. And actually, in a couple of minutes, we'll have to talk with the man himself, with the Cement. Now, before we go into a break, we have to remind you about the Axe giveaway. This is probably the last moment you can still get your entry in the giveaway. All you have to do is answer to the question with a hashtag Axe, and the answer is which League of Legends rune makes you go golden?
Yeah, we're going to announce the winner of the giveaway after the interview. So you can still write everything you want to do during the interview, and then we'll announce the winner. You'll be able to choose 3 of these 5 products that we've gone over: 2 shower gels, Carbon and Clean, with a bit of water mint there, and the mint freeze is going to just there's iced mint and ginger.
Now we
Ice
got 3
cream ginger.
deodorants. We got Dark Temptation, we got Black, and we got Gold. Now, in order to participate, yeah, I just mentioned, just write down the answer to the question, which League of Legends shoe makes you go golden with hashtag X, and you'll get your entry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a short break, after which we'll have the interview with the AD carry from NACL, Cement. Welcome back to the BSL, and we are greeted by the AD carry from NACL. Welcome, Semen. How are you doing today? So today you had 2 victories against Surreal Gaming, but why is that so late in the season you finally managed to clinch the victories out? What happened in the previous weeks?
I think the biggest problem in the beginning was the communication issues. We went practicing enough to do well enough to beat other teams. Like a week and a half, we found the clicking spot for us that helped us to clinch victories.
Okay, and now Surreal Gaming still haven't won any games, and next week they are playing against Iron, so most likely they're going to lose those as well. What do you think are like the main problems that Surreal Gaming have?
Since we played them today, I think that the biggest problem of their team is that they have no game plan. They just pick the champions, they come into the game, and they just go with the. I don't think that they plan anything that they would do, and they are not predicting what we were doing.
And well, I forgot if you died in the first game or didn't, but so far in both games you had a really great Tristan performance. So what would you attribute to that?
I don't think that I can tell much, but I just wasn't happy with my own performance in the previous weeks. So I was trying to work on my own play, and I guess as a result, I'm putting up the numbers.
And well, thank you. Those were excellent answers. Now, yeah, thank you for the interview. Good luck in your next week. And yeah,
Thank
me
you.
and Cookie say goodbye to you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And that was Cement from NACL, the ADK for them who I think that didn't die any times, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't die like once, and that was a really clean game from him. As we heard from him, he said that he wasn't like happy with how he played, and just worked on it. So if he can do it, you can do it. It does nothing stopping you. And of course, let's check into the schedule, how this week looked like, and yeah.
And well, the Monday we had 2 really interesting series, really worth watching them again. First one was Keep Yourself Alive versus Žalgiris, which went 1-1, and afterwards Imantas 5 versus Falcon eSports also 1-1. So I would say like both matchups were played against top 5 teams. Well, I would say top 4 teams, but there's also Iron Wolves, which are, I would say, a tier above those teams. But afterwards, those are the top 4 teams. Now, on Tuesday rather, we had 2-0 victory from Team Solomata versus Vegan Unit 4.
Yeah, the matches looked too one-sided. I thought that Vegan Unit 4 are going to have a better fight. I expected to go 1-1 and not a 2-0 from Team Solomata. So really well played from them. They were able to win the bot lane matchup and just from there win the whole game. Then we saw today Surreal Gaming versus NACL. Surreal Gaming still have not been able to get the wins that they need to. Still are winless with 0 victories. And the matchup that we did not see is Team Conflict Gaming versus Iron Wolves. As Iron Wolves were not able to make it and have forfeited the matches.
And well, after week 8, we have the standings down. We have Žalgiris in the steady first place, followed up by a 4-team tied from 2nd to 5th place between Falcon eSports, Iron Wolves, Imantas 5, and Team Coinflip Gaming.
Yeah, and 6th place is Keep Yourself Alive with 8 wins. Then we have Team Solomata with, Keep Yourself Alive with 9 wins. Team Solomata with 8 wins. Vegan Unit 4 with 6 to get in NACL now also have 6 wins, so they have the opportunity to go and be in the top 8. As Surreal Gaming still haven't won a single game.
And well, we have to remind you that after week 9 is the last week of the regular season, we'll have a pretty good clue. We now have a pretty good clue of which teams could go to the LAN, but we'll know for sure which teams will go to the LAN at Hypertown Riga Expo. Tickets are available for you to purchase, to attend it. It's going to happen from 26th to 27th of May. It's going to be amazing, a lot of different stuff to do, and watch as an observer. And yeah, if you wish to do so, link should be in the description below. But now, it's the end of the Friday stream, so you know what it means. It means that we are giving away the Axe
products, 3 of them.
Products, plus the bag.
Plus the bag. You get the bag as well. So if you want to attend any, if you win, you can go to Hypertown with the Axe bag and just show how Gucci you are to the other guys that you have won the giveaway and that they were not capable of winning it. So yeah, you'll be able, and everybody will be so jealous of you.
And if I'm not mistaken, last week the winner was 17, which played today for Surreal Gaming. So yeah, you see, he won the winning giveaway, and then the next week he's already playing. So it's pretty crazy.
Maybe if you win the giveaway, you'll automatically get into a team. And the winner of today's giveaway of Axe is the one, the only, the TSM's top laner, Rouge.
So congratulations to Rouge. You are victorious. Now you'll be able to choose 3 of these 5 products, 3 different deodorants, 2 different shower gels. And yeah, you know how it goes. You're gonna be contacted by our people, or person, or people. And yeah, congratulations to you, dude. And from me and Cookie, Derek Danger and Cookie, we thank you for watching. Subscribe to the BSL channel, like the page, stream. Like this video.
Follow Twitter, Facebook, everything.
Yeah, Twitter, Facebook, everything. We got all the social media down. And yeah, have a nice weekend, and thank you all for watching.
Bye.
You spray. You trip. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.